Hello, 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 hello. It's Keith Wolaridge here. Hope all is well today. It's lots going on, but let's stay focused on the issue at hand. I was on the treadmill this morning, and then how you meet a mutual friend in the parking lot, and we got to chopping it up a little bit. And he said he's like, Keith, I'm middle aged, man. I said, bro, I understand. God says the same. I'll be 58 in 2 weeks. All birthday presents I'll take, I'll accept. We were both talking about, we're at that time, where we may have things may not have come about like the way we wanted them to. Some dreams didn't come to pass, or maybe there's some frustration that we're going through, and why we may need to hit the reset button. And that got me thinking about some things that why we all need to hit the reset button every now and then, but when you hit the reset button, that isn't the end. I believe hitting reset button. It's about starting over. It isn't about starting over, excuse me. It's about starting fresh with new wisdom, new insight. It's not about erasing the past, but realigning with new values because we're not the same that we were 10, 15, 20, definitely not 30 years ago. We've all made some adjustments and some changes, especially my Generation X. We've made a ton of changes over the last 40 years since that night we all graduated from high school. So after having this conversation with my friend, I got to thinking that hitting the reset button, it's about choosing again, but this time with courage and with clarity. We need to do that. We all need to hit the reset button because, let's be honest, over these last few years, some of us have burned out. We have burned the candle at both ends, either at work or at school. I know there's been times in my life, especially the last 3 to 5, I fell off course with my career. Sometimes my money wasn't right. If I'm totally transparent and honest. My relationships got a little shaky. Uh, Last 5 to 7 years, some life transitions. Especially this is a big one. The empty nest when my girls went away to school, wrestling with that empty nest. Now they're all gone. Now they're young adults, and that's hard. It's hard. It's hard. I also have some more midlife pivots with, my mom is getting older. I love her. She's getting older. Started thinking about that. And so much, guys. You get it. You get it. And then I have to resist this this feeling. I have to resist this urge to compare myself to my peers. Comparing yourself as if you're falling behind or you're not where you want to be or so and so is ahead of you. We got to stop that. We tell our children not to do that. At this age, we need to heed our own advice and not to do that as well. So I'm wrestling with that, or have been wrestling with that. It's a work in progress for all of us because there are some telltale signs. We have to thinking about this that it's time to hit the reset button. Let me ask this question: have you ever woke up tired, even after a full night's sleep? Have you ever woke up tired? I know I have. Have you ever lost that zeal, that enthusiasm, that excitement for the things that once inspired you? I have. Have you ever felt stuck in a routine? I have. Have you ever felt like you were surviving? This is a big one. Have you ever felt like you were surviving, but you weren't thriving? I'm going to tell you the truth. I have. I have. Because I was worried about what people would say. I was worried about, especially with this advent of social media, where we all just show our highlights. Then I began to believe some untruths. I began to internalize some myths about resetting. One myth was like, I wrote this down. Where's my notes? That it's too late to change. It's too late, man. You almost 60, Keith. You can't teach this old dog new tricks, but that's not true. Some of the most impactful lives reset happens to people in their 40s, 50s, even 60s. I think I read somewhere Colonel Sanders started KFC in his 60s or later. Or if we hit the reset button, I'll lose everything I've worked for. A reset button builds on everything you've already done. You can look back, say, all right, I'm not going to do that again. This worked, but I'm going to do it differently, and I'm going to add this paprika to it. Oh, we believe that the resets. I wrote this one down, and this would kind of hurt me a little bit. That resets are only for people who have failed. Yeah, you failed, so that's why you're hitting the reset button. No, that's a miss. Resets are for people who want to grow. You've done some things extremely well. Now we're trying to kick it up a notch, so to speak. Because when we reset, we got new energy. I know I've got new energy after I hit the reset button in 23, 24. I hit the reset button. I got new energy, new purpose. Yes, it made me want to go back to school and earn that EDD. I got that. I said, and I feel good, guys. It was hard, but I feel good. I got new energy. I got new purpose. I got a new reason. My priorities are clearer. I'm in line now with my faith, with my values, my goals. I sense this alignment. I know where I'm headed. I know where I'm going. And then I've also got rid of some things that no longer fit. Let's be honest. There are some clothes in the closet that we keep that no longer fit. Well, I had to do that with some areas in my life. There were some things in my professional life, in my personal life, that no longer fit. And I had to let them go. I've come to realize I'll never be a 32 waist again. So I had to let them jeans and them shorts go. As much as I sucked it in, them jokers, I wasn't going to be able to. No, gotta let it go. So we're hitting the reset button. I had to let go of what no longer fits. I think you get the analogy. So, as you know, I've started something. I've thought about something that has helped me, and I want to share it. It's a 3-day offer, 3-day workshop where we can come together online and talk about these issues. So we're going to clarify your values about what matters to you right now. We're going to ask some questions. If nothing's changed, will you be okay 5 years from now if you change nothing today? We're going to investigate that. And we're going to probably I know I'm going to give you some action items in my workshop about 3-day reset to refocus, realign, and reassess. Because it worked for me, guys. I had a breakthrough. It's going to work for me. So I want to encourage my students, my Generation Z listeners, don't be feared of hitting the reset button early. Small pivots. Right now we're reading Atomic Habits. And the first chapter deals with that 1%, those 1% changes. So do those small pivots now so you don't have big detours later. This is for my Generation Z students. And even for my Generation Xers. Make some small pivots now so we don't have big detours later, or hitting that reset button now could be our strongest chapter yet to come. So, guys, again, so I don't forget, I believe in what it helped me. It helped me. I went through a course. It helped me, and I want to share it with each and every one of you because I've realized that being stuck isn't a dead end. So I've been stuck. It's just a signal to reset, and that when you reset, we're not erasing our story. We're just writing a better next chapter. That's all we're doing. I've lived it. I'm still living it. I just want to share, guys. So before you move on, I'm going to put down in the comments on Facebook and Instagram where you can enroll in the 3-day from burnout, what I call it, from burnout to breakthrough. And then before you do that, just take 60 seconds before you end your day to write down one area of your life where you feel most stuck. And then enroll in my From Burnout to Breakthrough course. Now let's get you unstuck, my friend, where the reset begins. Where the reset begins. And I believe the date is the third Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of October. Is the fourth Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of October. Well, we work it out together, guys. Well, we work it out together as colleagues and as friends. So that's all I have for right now. I'm going to be giving you some more here in the next couple of days about reset, about breakthrough, about what's happened to me and how it worked for me. And I just want to share. You all know I have this passion of sharing. So I just want to share. So thank you all for listening. Have a wonderful day. Again, I thank you for your time. And that's the end of mine, or I should say that's the end of my time. And I thank you all for yours. And I'll see you in the challenge. Bye for now.